It's three the hard way. With DJ V Dollar, Miss Dime, and Model Citizen J. It's RTJ the Podcast.
Get in your bag, stay in your bag.
Yo.
Good, my people. It is Thursday. We are in the building. He is I am him. It is your boy DJ B Dollar.
It's the one and only Model Citizen J.
And y'all already know it's RTJ the Podcast. Y'all know how it goes down.
Yeah.
Now, if y'all notice right now, we do have somebody missing on screen right now. Miss Diamond's running a little bit late today, but she is going to join us in just a few. So as soon as she gets settled in, she's going to jump right in the studio, jump right in with the answer, because y'all know how we do, man. We the crew, the Holy Trinity, and it ain't right if we all three ain't in town. So
Listen,
she'll
if it
be
ain't
here
the hard way, it ain't the right way.
Right. Last week we was not on air. We want to apologize for that. We both was actually feeling a little bit under the weather. And you also know Miss Dime was out doing the love thing on that little vacation. Happy birthday to Quana.
Right.
Her lady love. They was out there celebrating the birthday. So she had last week off. And it just so happens that everybody kind of fell under the weather. So we elected not to go on. Because, when we come on, we want to make sure we're giving it to y'all right. Having a dope show. We don't want no slack, nothing to fall off. So we elected to just kind of give y'all a week off from that. So, but we back. We here.
Yeah,
and I also want to,
man.
Right. And I want to make one main bold apology to the world, because we did not come on last week. We're late. We are now 9 days into Black History Month. And we didn't get a chance to shout that out yet. So we want to make sure that's put on the forefront.
And you know how RTJ the brand get down. We be dropping y'all with natural history facts, because it's just not Black History Month. It is American history when we tell y'all these facts about our scholars, yo. Right,
that's fact. So shout out first and foremost to everybody that's jumping in the chat right now. We know y'all rolling and y'all trickling as the show comes in, but everybody that's logged in so far, shout out to y'all. Please make sure you hit up the YouTube. RTJ the brand on YouTube. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell to know when we are live, or when the show is over, you just jump back in and catch what you missed. And if video ain't your thing and you driving, obviously you can't be looking at the screen while you're driving and whatnot, unless you're skillful like that, but we don't promote that. Head on over to pretty much
ain't nobody that skilled.
Look, there might be something. We never know.
No, we're not doing that.
We got smart cars and cars that drive themselves and all this other shit going on out here. But nonetheless, we are streaming on all major platforms. So Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeart Podcasts, Anchor app. Pretty much every streaming podcast is RTJ.
Wherever you listen to your podcast at, that's where we at.
That's all pretty much facts.
And if you going somewhere, you listen to a podcast and we not there, then you got to tell them we need RTJ the podcast over here.
That's facts. And please leave that feedback, man. Let us know what you love, what you don't love, what you want us to add, what you want us to take away. If you just want to tell us to shut up, you want to say our niggas is ugly, whatever the case may be, leave comments on the podcast. It helps to let us know where we need to build at, where we need to get better, because we always trying to learn here.
Listen, one hand wash the other, both wash the face. Let's get right, family.
Facts.
Again,
as you can see, I'm still scruffy. I got the fro out. It's out. Look, I'm now all 28 days of February. I'm rocking the fro. So Black History Month all the way. I went to look at my pick.
I had my hair braided. See, it was gonna look fresh for last week's show, but
look, Stacy.
I can't do it now. I was struggling now.
It's all good. It's all good. But we here nonetheless, man. We are happy to be a part of another Thursday to chop it up with y'all for a little while. Hopefully tonight you're going to hear something that's going to enlighten your life, fill your spirit and your soul, which I think it will, because we got some special guests in the building that's going to join us in just a little bit.
Can we even call them guests? Because they like family now. It's like a family.
They're absolutely family. And they're not new to the vibes here. When we was over at 105, they had the luxury, or we had the luxury of having them join us in studio when they had the Greensboro tour going down. We ain't gonna give you too much yet. We'll announce. Yeah,
we're gonna talk about. We're gonna delve into more.
Right, but
shout out to everybody out there in TikTok land that's live, tapped into the live right now. I appreciate y'all.
Look, I'm still on the path of trying to get my 1,000 followers up on TikTok. I'm still new to the TikTok world, but I'm trying to bring some of the DJ skills to TikTok. But I need 1,000 to go live. y'all depriving yourself of a good time.
Listen.
So just hit that follow button. You heard?
TikTok family, I need y'all to run over there. It's DJB $1, right?
DJB $1, real simple.
DJB $1. Follow, like him. Come on, man. Help us out.
Let's go.
We're gonna bring y'all the mix, y'all.
That's it. That's all I'm trying to do. That's all I'm trying to do. So nonetheless, if y'all, and look, we transparent here. If y'all see behind me, usually I got like the flower shrubbery and all that stuff in the background. Right now, you see it's a little empty. You see a bag in the corner because we're in the process of moving. You know, I got a lot going on, but we don't hide nothing. Show y'all
life is life
going down, but the lights is a little dim, so you don't get to see everything. But nonetheless, that's what's going on. Extra echo, yeah, that's that because ain't shit in here. But
that's the studio right now. We in the studio. That's what we gonna call that.
Show must go on. Show must go on. But like we said, we got a couple of guests that's gonna be here in just a second to join us. Ms. Dime will be here in just a second. I'm pretty sure she's gonna enlighten us on her getaway and how that trip was for her. And just rubbing it in our face how much of we're just lacking in love because we don't take our ladies nowhere. So nonetheless,
to the grocery store. That's about
Why should that change? But we're gonna get the show started. As you can see at the bottom of the screen, as always, please do not forget the work that me and my brother Model Citizen Jay are out here trying to do with the youth of tomorrow. It is our nonprofit organization, which is Respected Journey Inc. Everything we do, like we said, it is nonprofit, so we do not get paid for it. It is out of our own pockets, out of the kindness and love from our heart that we want to see these kids of tomorrow do a lot better, and just have more options than they may feel that they have right now. We're just trying to step in and fill in the gaps and be the bridge for wherever they're trying to go and help them try to get there. So donations, as my good brother likes to say.
Help us, y'all.
Right. Help us, help them, help us, help them, help them, if that makes sense.
It's a cycle.
But nonetheless, the official Cash App at the bottom, $RTJourney7. Again, every dollar just goes into what we are trying to do with this program, whether it's new jerseys, equipment for basketball, we do field trips, things like that, just to try to get them out of their everyday life from school and things they may be struggling with and just trying to give them time to kind of breathe and let loose a little bit. And we want to give them a safe space to feel like they're home away from home. So help us, get out there and do what we do. It's going to be summer again real fast. We're already, everybody's over. It's April.
Real. So, we got to keep it a band. Some people don't like to donate because they want something back for their money, right?
Right.
So if you really want something back and you need something, you can just hit up our Gmail, RTJ the brand, go to the Instagram. If you see something you like, you see the hat, see the shirt, you see we got everything that you need. Like my good brother said, spring and summer is coming up. We got the sweatsuits, we got joggers, we got everything that you need, all right? And we get it to you fast delivery, okay? So
and again, I got something even better for you too, right? You need a, what is it called? What is it? Something on investment. What's that saying? How it go? Whatever the case is, you put the money in, you want to see something come back for where your money's going. How about this? You putting the money to help us keep this program going, so these little dudes ain't out here trying to mug your ass. How about that?
Pretty much.
This jokes, people, just jokes. I'm just playing. But nonetheless, let's kick it off with showing love. Return on investment. There you go.
Return on investment.
Return on investment. There it is. So you know how we do each and every week before we start the show off. We like to show love to our community out there. It could be somebody that's famous. It could be regular Joe Schmo, somebody from around the corner, dude that sweeps up the garbage on the block just to make sure you got a clean neighborhood you're walking through. Whatever the case may be, we want to shed the spotlight on them, give them some time to shine from something they normally don't get on the regular. And of course, it is Black History Month, so it's even better if we can come with some Black history facts on what's going down. Now, if you don't mind, I'm gonna start this week.
Yeah, kick it off, my good brother.
The one I have just right now, it is not somebody that is unknown. He is world-renowned. He is worldly known. He did make history the other day. Gotta shed light on this, but not for the reason you may think. But I'm gonna play this clip real quick. Obviously, we all know who I'm talking about.
Looking for James. He's got it. Coming to the end of the third quarter. LeBron James, a shot at history. LeBron stands alone. The NBA's all-time scoring record now belongs to LeBron James.
All right, so I wanted to share that clip. Shout out to LeBron King James, breaking a record that was 38 years in the making. He is now the all-time leading scorer in history of the entire NBA. That is not a feat that should be taken lightly, as that's a record that no one ever thought would be broken. We done went through history with so many greats that's played this game, and that has never been touched. But nonetheless, King James has done it. He did that the other night. So salute to him. But the reason why I chose to show love to him, not just because of that monumental moment that he did and making history as he's done plenty of times with a couple other things, it was the fact that he did that, right? But both his sons, Bronny and I forget his other son's name, excuse me for that, but they both were in attendance, right? Sitting courtside, watching their father make history the way he did. But the dope thing about it was, you know how we preach that we control the narrative of what the story is told about the African-American male in the household, right? And society and the media and everybody tries their damnness to try to spin a story and make you believe it's one thing when it's really the opposite. We try to show proving that every week with the things that how we express ourselves on this show. I'm pretty sure what you see across our social media and things of that nature. We try to set a great example and try to show that we are better than what they're trying to say that we are. In my opinion, LeBron James is an epitome of that. This man has played 20 years. It's a rarity that we've ever heard any kind of scandals against him, whether it be for basketball related or otherwise. He's done a lot of great things in the community. There's been a lot of people that have a lot of bad things to say about him. But again, I think that's all personal preference tied to how they feel about him as far as basketball. But we can never really say too much about him negative as a man. And for him to be at the age he is, to be doing the things that he's done, his sons being front and center to view that whole thing, and the fact that they're about to embark on their journey into where they're about to take over into their footsteps and step into their own legacy. I just think that's dope for him to be able to set that example and to see what soon is going to be their turn to do the same thing. So shout out to LeBron James just for being an upstanding dude from what I know, because obviously we don't know him personally, but from what I've seen, I've got nothing negative to say about the brother. He's done it the right way.
That young man lives in the public eye, so we've seen a lot.
He's done it the right way. He plays the game the right way. He's carried himself the right way. The countless a million of things that he's done, whether you like it or not, indifferent about it, or whatever the case may be. But I've got nothing negative to say about the brother. So salute to him for breaking that record. Michael Jordan is still the best. I don't care what you say. But nonetheless, right, they're going to sprinkle a little bit of hate in there. But nonetheless, shout out to King James for that feat, man. And shout out to you for being a great example of what the African-American male and the African-American father is really about. So salute to him for that.
Yes, sir. We got to give it up for him for the one time.
Facts.
This week, I guess I'm gonna show love. I'm gonna talk about the future of Black history. All right. I want to talk about a young man who's doing a lot of positive, wonderful things in the community. Investing in himself. I want to give a shout out to my son. I'm showing love to my young king right here, right now. Like I told you guys, my son started a podcast called Accidental Sports Washing. He is in school right now in college to become a sports journalist. He does have a website called Double Play Dre at medium.com. Go check that out because he writes some dope, wonderful articles. Very interesting. But I just want to give him a shout out because he said, Dad, I really like this podcasting thing. So over the summer, I'm going to invest my time and take a podcasting class. I'm going to utilize my time, my effort, and my energy to go out and try new things. He's going to expand his horizon. So I just got to give him a wonderful, just show him some love, give him a good shout out just for being new, just for being different, just for exploring his horizon and just creating Black history every single day. And my young king goes to a HBCU. So, I definitely got to give him a big
HU.
So, Dre, keep doing your thing, man. Your pops love you. I'm going to be out there next week to check you, man. We're going to go out there, have a good old time and do what we do.
Yes,
that's about it. That one, for showing love this week.
So salute to Dre, man. Facts on facts. So without further ado, we're going to introduce our first guest who we're about to bring on the screen, Model Citizen J, if you please.
Hold on, I got to get this right. I got to take a sip. I got to take a sip.
Shout out to the home team, New York.
No. Home team always going to be New York forever and a day. One more sip, one time.
Shout out to my sis Simone in the building. Yes, her daughter is at Howard as well.
Okay, that's where my son is at. He's at Howard right now.
I think I told you that when they was getting ready to get back into school. I think I mentioned that at one point.
Yes, my young king's out there at Howard doing his thing.
Definitely.
Listen, we met this wonderful person right here. While, like my good brother said in the beginning of the show, while we was at 105.1 live, we had the wonderful opportunity to be blessed with his artist, because at the time he was a manager. He said, hey, I'm good at music, but right now I'm behind the scenes. I'm managing. This is what I do. I'm focusing on my artist, who is my wife, who is my significant other, who is my partner, who is my ride or die, my queen, And I think that what most made me respect this man so much, that he said, I'm going to put my woman first. My queen comes first. I'm going to uplift her, make sure that she shines and she does what she has to do. And I'm going to be her ace. I got her back. Black love was heavy in the building, right? But as time went on, I guess our young brother felt the urge to put his words on a beat and let it flow with a melody. Okay.
Said, I got something to say too.
And and I'm going to let it be heard. So, family, please, Journey fam, you know how we do. Welcome to the stage, to the platform. Mr. 13-5.
So now we gotta give him the proper New York introduction, and it go,
Hey, family, what's good?
My brother 13-5, how you feeling, my brother?
All right, man, I feel good to be here, yo. I honored to be here, rather.
That's what's up. But we honored to have you back in the building as well.
I was about to say the energy reciprocated.
Yes, sir.
That's so right. Now, real quick, I just wanted to mention now, although Model Citizen J did mention, he was doing his managerial thing behind the scenes, but let it be known, because we got blessed to come out to one of the shows that they did while they was on their city tours. He was DJing also.
Oh yeah, he was cutting out.
Listen, they had the DJ set up, they had the merchandise set up. Like let's get it clear. This was real Swiss Army knife over there.
This wasn't just a small time affair. Because family, they not from Greensboro. When they say they went on tour, we not lying when they say these independent artists went on tour.
Yeah.
They're from Lexington, Kentucky. They went. Listen, they jumped in the car and said, "Yo, we gonna make this happen." All right, we have a dream, we have a passion. Nobody's going to invest in ourselves but ourselves, okay? And they got up and they made the tour. We was humbly blessed as they passed through Greensboro that we hit them up and said, hey, would you love to come on the show? They said, of course. Why not? So please, I don't know where you want to begin with your journey, but where you want to tell us, how you started. But I guess first, how we get the name 13-5.
All right, well, let's go there. All right, I got a question for both of y'all. If that's J, what's the 13th letter in the alphabet? And B Dollar, what's the 5th letter in the alphabet?
Don't put us on the spot. Let me see.
M
E. Yeah.
M. Me. Me. I respect that.
Anytime I'm on the mic, you gonna always get me.
What I told y'all. What did I tell you I was about to happen just now before we brought him on screen?
Listen, he's about to get knowledge. He's about to get knowledge right here.
That's crazy.
And and to the alphabetically connected, I'm a 5%er. So the 13th letter in the alphabet is master, and the 5th letter is equality. So it goes into my mixtape series I had called the Master Equality Mixtape. I did like 4 parts to that too.
Fire.
Okay. Now, is that mixtape out there anywhere on any live streaming platforms for the people?
Part 1, 2, 3, and 4 is on Bandcamp. Part 2 and 3 is on Spotify and all them streaming platforms.
Okay, listen, family, y'all might want to check that out.
Now, look, there's one thing I want to point out too. So you see how he just broke down 13-5 to us, right? And really kind of broke down a little bit of what it is about, what the name stands for. For all the artists that are coming out here, right? I know for some it's just a quick money grab. It's a quick, way to fame. You want your name out there, whatever the case is, right? But at the end of the day, if this is something that you're really about, you really need to put your best foot forward. Show that you care about the craft. Don't disrespect the legends and everybody that's really bled for this. That for those that never got the chance to even make it, but was nice as hell. Put your time and effort into it. Be creative. Why is that? I wouldn't have even thought in a million years with the 13-5 that was the breakdown of that. There's no way in the world for me to even make that up. That's I legit said
that's super creative.
Right. And I'm legit sitting here saying dope. I'm not just saying dope so we can be like, yeah, let's just big them up. That's fire for me to even sit there and be counting my finger all right, that's 1, 2,
listen,
3,
and not only he flipped it to his name, but then he flipped it, like you say, he was a 5%er, master equality. So it's flipped 2 ways.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's the ultimate breakdown of it, man. You learn on top of learning.
And what's dope about that is to even introduce yourself in that nature, again, shows I care about what I'm putting out there, right? Because again, he said, what you going to get every time I'm on the mic? Getting me, right? What am I putting out there in the world? What do I want them to take from me? So just off the explanation of the name alone goes, all right, we got something that we need to hear from him. So again, salute to that, because that's fire.
Yes, peace. I appreciate that, man.
Oh, no, but of course. So let's talk about this current project that we have out right now, man.
All right. God had other plans.
Yes, right here.
Look, they got the graphics up and all. Look at y'all.
And God had other plans. This is man. It also says it's plan A. Man. So is there going to be a sequel to this?
What happened was this, man. I was just writing, like this was not. That's why it's called what it's called. This was not like a predetermined idea, nothing like that. I was just one day I started writing and I couldn't stop writing, so I just kept writing and looked up and I had like 20 some odd songs done. And my wife was like, you're making the project, right? I'm like, nah, I'm just making music, just getting it off my chest. It's feeling good, sounding good, and all that. And then like a couple of weeks went by, and I said, "Yeah, babe, I think you're right. It's a project." See, I told you it was a project, So yeah, part 1 came out January 20th, called Plan A, and Plan B drops February 24th.
Okay. Where can we catch these projects at? Where can we download this at?
They initially drop on Bandcamp.
Okay.
For like 2 weeks, and then they drop on streaming. So part A actually starts streaming tomorrow.
Okay. Listen, run it up, y'all. So talk to us about this album cover right here.
Right,
there's a lot going on. A graphic, there's a lot.
All right. Well, for me, it's self-explanatory, but if you look at it, you got options. You know what I'm saying? On one path, you got what seems to be an easy route to the bag. And on another path, you got what seems to be a very difficult route. Right. But it seems to be the route that's calling you the most.
Okay.
You know what I mean? You got the child running towards you for protection. If you look at the moon, you got the black woman in the moon. So like all things of value are on that side.
Right.
So you got to go through some things to get to the things of value. Yeah, you can get to the bag easily, but you're gonna be by yourself.
Now I see there's a lot going on in the clouds up there. Can you talk about the graphics going on in the background over there?
The concept of as above, so below.
Okay.
The water goes on up top is the water that goes on down bottom. So the water that goes on in the body is the same water that goes on in the mind.
The universal flow.
Yeah, as above, so below, man. So that which happens in the mind goes on in the body and vice versa, man. So that's a representation of the heavens or the mental war that we have throughout our lives as well.
Okay. Right. So
again, y'all see the thought process behind everything that we touched on right now.
Exactly. So this is not just a body of work just put together for no random reason. No, things are strategically placed.
Yeah, man. Like you see the shadow I'm casting, right?
Oh, the 7.
That's the God, man.
Right.
Completion.
Pre-mathematics, 7 represents God, yo. So yeah, I'm casting the shadow of God, and the child knows that, so he's running for help.
Right.
Let's talk about it.
With the American flag in his hand, because this is our land, man.
Right.
Let's go. We getting enlightenment tonight.
Real quick, with him mentioning that about the flag, for anyone that likes documentaries and just kind of historic things, especially when it's dealing with Black culture and things about history, I believe it's on Hulu. I do have the book. I have not read it yet, but I found out that they also did have the documentary to show on screen. The 1619 Project is on Hulu right now. One of the first stories that starts it off was a young woman that was kind of going through her history of her family and her dad and everything. And she always was like, yo, Dad, why do you have that American flag waving so high in front of the crib after what America has done to us and our people as a culture? And his stance was, because this country is just as much as ours as theirs. And honestly, we've built pretty much everything that they benefit from. Came off the blood, sweat, and the backs of our people. So I'm gonna raise this flag high, knowing that this world looks the way it looks is because I did that, not because they did that. So
right.
So absolutely that's fire right there.
Absolutely right, man. Yeah, and it's funny you mentioned that 1619 project because I just saw a clip of that for the first time today.
So yeah, I was put on to that. In light of everything that was happening with George Floyd and things of that nature that was going on. So a couple of people where I used to work at, they're very big on that and very big advocates on justice and history of our people. So that was referred to me with that book. So I did buy it, but didn't notice that it was on this. I was like, well, let me watch it first, and then I'm gonna go to the book and then kind of compare what's what. But that's definitely a good watch for anybody that needs to know a little bit of history behind that.
Yeah, I'm gonna check that out.
That's definitely a great look. A lot of people need to know a lot of history behind it. Know your history, family. All right, you know your history, you know where you're going.
That's a big part of the problems we're dealing with today, man. We've gotten away from a lot of things like knowing history. Like if you don't know where you came from, you don't know where you're going, man. You know what I mean? So you kind of just out here. So we got a whole generation of people that just out here. You know what I mean? And so yeah, we got to teach, man.
Let me ask you a question, 13-5, real quick, just because we're on that particular topic right now. And not to beat a dead horse with it, but to go back with the Kyrie Irving situation, right? When he had that situation with the film that he chose to promote, I'm not gonna say it right now because we don't want to get shut down right now. Everybody's so sensitive right now anyway. But we know you're
talking about the anti thing and all that, right?
Right. With claiming that he was being anti-Semitic and things of that nature.
Right.
If you followed that, based off of what we heard from him as his response and how the world chose to take it, what is your viewpoint when it came to Kyrie's stance on saying, "Hey, this is what I watched. Watch it if you want to watch it. Don't watch it, whatever the case may be. But I'm now in the space of enlightening myself, and this is where I'm learning this stuff from." How did it make you feel with how everyone kind of, even our own people, turn their backs on him as he's trying to say, look, there's some truth out there that we need to know, and this is the way to do it. Like, how did you feel about his stance on that?
I see. For me, it's like Kyrie and people like him find themselves in a difficult position when you are a person of influence, a person who has followers, who has attention, a person on their payroll.
Right.
You have invested interests, so you have to kind of play it a certain kind of way. And then when you come across information, when you're already there, it's different when you already have it and you go there with it. You know what I'm saying? You already know how to play the game, but when you there and then you gain it, now you got to figure out how do I continue to succeed in this field where I'm at while maintaining my sanity. And you see what I'm saying? Like, so
right.
I don't necessarily knock his apology and all that kind of stuff. I think he's just protecting his bag at that point.
Right.
But I think it's kind of difficult when you find yourself in the spotlight, striving to promote your elevation, because we're not in a world that promotes growth and development. We're in the world that promotes sex and drugs and violence, and the more ignorant you are, the better. So you better not be out here telling these people anything other than turn up.
Now, with that said, you see how it has how you say music now has a negative undertone. How do you feel where your music fits in as a 5%er? Because we all know you're gonna speak knowledge and truth.
Oh
and enlightenment.
I'm gonna say what I gotta say, and if you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. You know what I mean? That's always been my thing, because I'm gonna be teaching in real time. I'm gonna be on the streets and dealing with people every day. So whether you come across my sound or not, you're gonna hear this, because this culture has been embedded and woven into hip hop from day one.
And that's what I was about to ask you about that. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people don't know the 5% influence in hip hop is heavy.
Oh yeah, I won't go so far as to say we started this, but
Hey, talk about it.
I can make a claim.
I can't.
Definitely can.
I said it before.
A lot of the earliest of people who we all know, from Rakim to Brand Nubian to Poor Righteous Teachers to King Son to Lakim Shabazz to Busta Rhymes to Wu-Tang to, I mean, like the list goes on. Everybody who we bang and who we praise today, all the way down to Jay-Z. Everybody who we praise today has some form of affiliation, if not directly connected to the 5% Nation from day one.
That's a fact.
Or the Zulu Nation, one or the other.
Right. And Zulu Nation, a little iffy with that. Kind of, that's difficult. We're gonna get to that. So
we're talking about already. Yeah, trust me.
Right.
I'm where you at.
But again, as what we were talking about, just as far as the pushback when it came to what Kyrie did, and then transitioning into the message that you're trying to get across in your music. How do you deal with the individuals, and mainly our culture as well, that do it most, where you're pushing the message across that needs to be heard? This is something that's going to benefit you by really opening your mind and understanding what's being said. How do you deal with pushback from people that's like, nah, we don't want to hear that? And then why do you think we get that pushback whenever we're trying to educate people where we should be?
Oh, wow, that's layered. Well, part one to that, how do I deal with that? I consider it to be like that healthy medium on the spectrum. You know what I'm saying? On this end, you got, the turn up, whatever. And on this end, you got the intelligence and the higher frequency. And somewhere in the middle is where I try to find myself at, because too much this way, I'm going to lose those over here. Too much that way, I'm going to lose those over here. You know what I mean? So like older school hip hop, like from Wu-Tang to Poor Righteous Teachers and all them, like they would catch people like me because they speak in my language, right? But they would miss the public because the public ain't really on that. The public is,
is rocking to the beat.
We on Turn Up, No Limit, and all that at the time, so they didn't have that balance. They didn't have that medium. So I try to bring that balance, bring that medium. So I say that to say I don't really deal with a whole lot of pushback personally.
Right. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Not personally, because people tend to be like, yo, you know what, man? You found the way you saying it and the beats you choose, it kind of makes sense. I like it. You got a J. Cole kind of vibe too. I can learn from it, but I can rock to it still too. And I think that's what most people need the most, because music is all about feeling and expression first.
Right.
If they don't feel it, it don't matter what you're saying. They don't feel it.
Right.
You gotta make sure you feel it first. Then the words will resonate over time through repetition.
Gotcha.
You see what I'm saying? Now, I think that our people as a whole tend to reject the music simply because it's not repetitive. It's not repetition. You see what I'm saying? Like key to anything is repetition, man. So if you beat something in somebody's head over and over and over again, whether they like it or not, eventually
they're just gonna follow suit.
They're gonna follow suit with it. So yeah, if I have a big, huge promo campaign behind me, I can get a whole machine. I can get everybody's attention. Right. I don't have a machine behind me. I just have the truth. And if you rock with it, you rock with it. And if you don't,
the truth is your machine.
Shout out my uncle in the building, DJ Sesame. If y'all don't know, please check out the history of DJing and the pioneers of that. He is one of the originals right there. So shout out my uncle in the building. Also right now, currently a North Carolina representative as well. So shout out to that. Facts. So just staying on the topic of this hip hop. What made, I know you spoke to a couple of those pioneers that kind of probably led you that way, but what was it? First thing you probably heard that connected you to it and said, "Yo, that's gonna be my lane right there." Like, what impact has music had on your life where you dictated, you know what, I need that?
Honestly, it wasn't hip hop. My father was a lead singer, in the band. So they used to have rehearsals at our house when I was growing up. So I used to watch them rehearse all the time. The background singers taught me how to play the keyboard. You know what I'm saying? So music has been in me for a very long time, far back as I can remember. So there wasn't really a point for hip hop, because I didn't even like hip hop to begin with. I ain't gonna lie to you. And I think that's my brother's fault, because all he listened to was West Coast music. You know what I'm saying? Like NWA, Above the Law, RBL Posse.
Right.
You know, and I ain't like it. You know what I'm saying? So, but when I got old enough to pick my own music, I picked like Outkast and Goody Mob and then AZ and Nas and all that.
Okay.
So I found a different lane. Like, okay, this is different. I like this one. You know what I mean? So when I got to make my own decisions for hip hop, I liked it. But when I had to listen to everybody else's choices, I'm like, nah, this ain't it, yo.
So I know you said that there was a moment in time where you put the pen down for a moment. You started venturing on other projects. What made you pick it back up? What touched your spirit to say, I got something to say?
Hey man, if I had that answer, like I said, I know for real, like I just be chilling, yo. I'd be minding my business. I have a whole strategy already planned out for the day, and the next thing you know, just boom, write this down. Write this down.
That speaks to the artistry.
And it's like it come in waves, yo. And when it come, I let it. And when it leaves,
you gotta surf the wave.
When it leaves, I let it. I don't force it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And when it comes back, it comes back. If it don't, it don't.
Respect.
I mean, I'm that at peace with artistry at this point. It used to be a point where I was like chasing the dream and all that kind of stuff, but now I ain't doing that no more. So if it come, it come. If it don't, it don't. And when it do come, I embrace it and I enjoy it. And when it's gone, I bid it do.
That's nothing but respect right there.
Actually, that was going to be a part of my next question. It's funny that how you just said that right now, because you pretty much just answered it already. For you, it's not necessarily about what everybody labels as the end goal of being in the music industry or whatever the case is. You're not chasing the bag. You're not chasing the fame. For you, it's more so I have a message to get across that I'm trying to speak truth to y'all. This is a way that I know how to do that.
And honestly, I ain't gonna lie to you, Dollar. It used to be that.
Okay.
And now it was more like, yo, this the shit that keeps playing in my head.
Right.
And I got to get it out.
You got to get it out. More therapeutic for you.
You know, yeah. Like
I got to get this message out.
If y'all vibe with it and y'all get it, cool.
Cool. If you don't, cool.
But at least I got it out of my head.
Right.
These are the thoughts I have on a regular basis, and you know,
get it out.
Gotta go somewhere.
Right.
Are we taking this show on the road? Are we going on tour? Are we going to start performing and getting the message out even further?
I got the release party. I got the release party coming up on the 24th here in Lexington. But am I gonna be touring and all that? Nah, yo. Like the next time you'll see me on tours is like when you saw me last time on tour, opening up on Anonymous Roads.
Listen, an announcement. Let me tell y'all, she killed that show, y'all. All right. Wonderful artist, yo. Multi-talented, yo. For real.
So here's one I got. If you could match, let's say, two artists in the game right now, two artists, you merge them together, it would create your style or your style. What type of style is that, and what two artists you think combine wise that would be you? Even though we know it's you, we know it's you already, but just two. You can merge two different styles that will make
artists. Two artists that I will put together that say is me. They got to be current?
Nah, it can be
any artist.
All right, cool. All right, give me I ain't gonna take too much time thinking about it. Give me Andre 3000 and J. Cole.
I can rock with that heavy. And let me make a statement on that too, because there's a lot of people that throw a lot of shade towards J. Cole. I don't appreciate it because that boy's because he's a spitter.
They better not.
Now. He is a lyricist. He's a spitter. But because, like we spoke about, to what the world is subject to on a daily, because he doesn't do that, he's boring. I don't like it. Like, cut that out. Like, my boy spits and he needs his respect.
Exactly.
Right. I think he in his own way, he also found that middle lane.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like not too far this way, not too far that way, but just right in that
in that little pocket right there. He has his own spot.
He found his lane, and you gotta respect it.
Right.
You know?
If there was one mainstream artist that you could collaborate with right now, who would it be?
One mainstream artist that I could collaborate with right now, I would say Toby and Wege.
Okay.
Toby and Wege, definitely. That him, Fats, what they doing is
right.
Yeah,
it's magical. It's magical. They love music. You can tell.
Notice the words being used when you're talking magical and things like that. That's on a different level. Like that hearing is a little different.
Yeah, yeah. Like everything they do is like, I love it.
It's a total thought out process. It's just not a song. It's a statement.
Yeah,
you know,
from
definitely
sound to the
audio, the video.
Yeah, like they got it. They got it.
It's intentional. They know exactly what they're doing, how they move it, and they moving as a unit. Moving as
you don't see that no more
at all.
You don't see that no more, man. So like I love their whole movement, man.
All right. So when your creative process, when you're working on one of your projects here, do you prefer whether it is at home or are we at an actual studio? And what is that process like as you're putting one of your projects together? Like how is a session with you go like?
Oh man, if you ask me, it's pretty boring. Nah, I turn the beat on and I zone out. And I'm usually at home, like I will record in somebody else's studio, but a lot of times the energy I'm on, the vibe I'm on, I don't know too many engineers. Unless you just gonna like nod along and yes man me the whole time.
Right.
Like I don't know too many engineers that's gonna really be like, yo, that's it. Like nah, y'all, you the same engineer that when I leave the room, the next guy come in gonna play some shoot 'em up, kill, bang, bang, and you gonna be like, yo, that's it. That's dope. Yeah. So we both can't be hitting, but we both
right.
Who you lying to?
Right.
So I don't need my ego stroke. So like I prefer to be in an environment with like minds. So it'd be me, it'd be my wife. It might be a couple young gods, something like that. You know what I'm saying? But so a lot of times my recording is done at home.
Right. Yo, let that be a lesson to some of you producers and engineers out there. Like, do know that when this trash music is out on the airwaves, right? Just do know that I'm gonna be the first one to be like, but didn't you record that?
Yeah.
Didn't you put that out? Because your name is attached to that as well.
I say it all the time. It's a lot of steps a song has to take before it gets to the public.
Yes.
Right.
Which means it's a lot of ears that song had to pass. And all them ears say, yeah, that's it. When y'all was lying the whole
time. And listen, as an artist, there's nothing wrong with constructive criticism if they're trying to teach you how to build and become better.
I mean, in today's world, bro, I beg to differ. In today's society, like, everything is so oversensitive. And,
yeah. I mean,
you know what I'm saying? Like, no, that's
right. What I'm trying to say. Like,
you're absolutely right.
Yeah, I know, but that's what I'm trying to tell people. Like, stop being so sensitive. Okay,
you can't tell nobody nothing, man. Like not liking something is the equivalent to hating.
Right.
And there's a whole gray area in there.
Which how do we get there?
You got to look at it like, as an artist, you got to look at it how a basketball player plays. If I miss one shot, the coach is going to say, keep shooting. That don't mean I'm whack. That don't mean I'm a scrub. I got to keep practicing. If your first song didn't hit, hey, guess what? Go back. You might just have to rewrite something. Right. And you'll get better.
But see,
I'm gonna bring her up. I don't know if she was ready. I don't know if she was ready yet.
With your analogy you just used, right? The basketball thing, right? Like, why did you start hooping? Because you love the game or because you wanted to get paid?
Nah, I love the game.
If you hopped in the game because it's a quick route to some bread on some NBA type action, you know what I mean? Then your love for the game ain't really there. Then
it's not pure.
You're not gonna move. You're not gonna have the same motives of intentions. Peace, Queen. You're not gonna have the same motives of intentions. You know what I mean? It's same way with the rap joint. Like a lot of these dudes, there isn't a love for the art. It's a quick money grab. And because of that, the quality suffers.
That's right. Like I get into an argument almost every day. Well, not argument because I'm the dad, so shut up. with Jaden about the music he listened to, and I'd be like, "Yo, why do y'all listen to this trash music every day?" And you know what's bad too is the fact that when he listens to a song, he'll say, "I just like the beat." So I'm like, you're not even listening to the words. So again, you gotta be careful because you're letting that get into your spirit with these words that's just penetrating. You're not even recognizing it.
That you're not even listening to.
That's too deep. You can't get that deep on them now.
Right.
But
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I want to call me
the low vibration that the sound carries. But see that we're not gonna get nowhere with that. You gotta understand, we're not gonna get nowhere with the judgmental approach.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Like the only way we actually gonna gain understanding of each other generationally and bridge these gaps and all that is if we come with a openness to us. Like, all right, like you said, well, why do you like this trash music? Well, you've already passed your judgment on it. Right. You're calling it trash music. So he's gonna be on the defensive because you've already called it trash. As opposed to, well, why do you like this? If you just like the beat, let's cut the beat off and listen to just the lyric. And tell me, are we in alignment with what he's saying still?
Right.
Yeah.
Because if it's just the beat, we can go buy the instrumental or go download the instrumental and just and write our own lyrics to it.
Right.
And
that was dope to bring up that point too, because like you said, I already passed the judgment because I think I'm a part of that old head crew that's like, nah, I'm just not accepting what they're doing now. But it's funny because I'll be driving the car and get caught myself bumping to something that is new and be like, yo, why am I dancing to this shit right now? But that's how I try to explain it to him as well. Do you listen to the lyrics? Let's listen to the lyrics and see what he's promoting. Then let's see if we still want to play this. And then if it's just the instrumental you like, let's look up who the producer was. Let's just go find him, find just that. Because my son is now, transitioning into making beats himself. So that's the kind of thing you gotta like. What's gonna be your style? What's the purpose of why you made this beat and things like that?
You got the power of influence, man. Like if something's popular, it's popular, and there's nothing you can do about that. So if the song is hot, it's hot. You know what I mean? Like we were just blessed to come up in a time where we had more options. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You had
a diverse culture at the time.
No limit in cash money doing what they was doing, but you also had the Fujis and your Laurens and your Badus and all on the radio, not just on some behind the scenes, all on the radio.
Right, the mainstream.
You had options. You don't have that no more.
Now everything is cookie cutter to sound negative and steer you down a path for destruction. But Dom, what's good, Dom? What up? See, we
hung over still.
Energy.
We still hung over,
guys. I was just letting y'all talk.
We gotta get you in there. Come on,
I didn't want to be rude, so I said I'm gonna just wait.
No, we're gonna do proper introduction. 13.5, Miss Dime, meet 13.5 in the building. So she's normally. As we talk about the median and the meeting in the middle, she's the middle. I'm sometimes all the way left. Model Citizen J goes right. She's the one that try to steer us.
Neutral zone.
Right. That's where she's at. But we know she's a little hungover right now. Came back from her trip.
She was out there. See, 13.5. Dom is Hollywood. She travels all over the universe.
Yeah.
No, I don't.
Word.
She don't got the flowers behind, so I guess she didn't make a mistake this week. So you good. Oh, she made a mistake. Okay. I guess she'll share that with us a little later. But everybody, Miss Diamond's in the building, so let's welcome her. Back to the fold. We
missed you.
We did. It was so bad that we didn't go on last week because you wasn't here.
Oh shit!
You know what I'm saying?
Don't put that much.
It's not the same when you're here.
The vibe wasn't right. We were just talking about how energy flows, and we didn't have the right counterweight to the balance to what we do, so we needed you.
And I done joked on Model Citizen J enough, so you weren't here. So I had to deal with it
for like 3 years already.
You think you joked on me enough? Like
it's all love though.
I didn't get the end of the punching bag enough.
We haven't hit 1 year with you yet. Once we hit 1 year, then that's when it stops. You got another month to go.
Like month and a half.
Yeah, another month to go.
We might extend the lease though. I don't know.
So 13-5, we got something a little special that we do with each guest that we have come on the show.
All right.
And I'm gonna drop real quick. And let me find it right.
Hot air. So hot in here. So hot air.
Why is it so hot in here?
But while you're here, go follow my good brother DJ B $1.
We call this the hot seat. Normally, what our goal is we ask our guests a random slew of questions, and the purpose is to get you not to answer the question, make it so far-fetched that you're like, nah, I can't answer that. Trying to get you to tap out. But because we are dealing with
he laughed at that like, what? Tap out?
You did.
I'm a heavyweight. I'm a 5%, man. What you think? I ain't
going
But
okay.
Because we are dealing with a musical genius right now, we switched it up a little bit. So what we're going to do is we're going to drop an instrumental for you. We're going to put you on the spot. We're going to drop an instrumental. It's maybe about 30, 40 seconds or so. And if you can see on your screen, you will get a random word that pops up on your screen.
Okay.
What you to do is to flow, adding that word. Once you've established that word, we will jump to the next word. We got about, I think about 5 or 6 words. We're going to see if you can make it through. And if you make it through, you made it off the hot seat.
All right, come on.
All right.
I ain't done this in a while.
So, Model Citizen J, from your side, I'm going to let you handle the words.
All right, give me one.
All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the first 6 you see right there. I'm gonna go ahead and start the instrumental.
All right.
First, we want to make sure you can hear it, and then we'll kick it off. All right. That's that.
Might as well be there, brother.
All right, so yo, shout out, rest in peace, Stack Bundles. That was one of his joints right there. I've been actually searching for that track for so long, and honest to God, I just found it today. So I'm trying to clean it up so it can get a little clearer on there. But that beat is definitely fire.
Let's go.
So Model Citizen J, are you ready with the words?
I'm ready.
All right, Miss Dime, what we're gonna do is you're gonna keep tabs on if it was a good line or not. So if he hits the word and it was a good line, you give us a thumbs up and we jump to the next word. All right.
Oh, we got the words, we got the judges, we got the whole nine going.
We got it.
Okay, come on then.
Here we go.
First word.
Okay. You got a time limit on these words or what?
Nah, just go in.
Come on.
Okay. Yeah. Yo. In a world full of tragedy, step to the platform that you're all hail your majesty. So don't get mad at me. You niggas don't know how to come after me when I pass the cash. These might happen, G. There's no telling what we might go through when we start rebelling. All through your cerebellum, head swelling with the knowledge of self. I got my book of life, keep it all to the shelf. And yes, let's talk about this again. I used to stay in Detroit, Michigan. When I switched the winds, now I'm back in Lexington with the science of life. But I represent, know who is next to kin. I am nice with this. Don't come up against the guy, I got a mic and fist. I'm a righteous kid, and I will go against anyone, including the devil. Next level, yes. Treble, bass, ass, snares, and drums, hats to it. That's that black music. I'm back fluid, I'm back suited. Could be something else. It's the first again. Yeah. I'm back at it 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 again. All right, check it. Yeah. A lot of politics is going on, and I can see a lot of chicks. I smell a lot of this is going on in the hood. It's planting negative seeds, I see it's good. And when it goes down, it goes on. I'm from the motherland where the people are so strong. And if you don't know where we are, I'm in the horn or the west coast, that's the Ivory. Don't try me, don't come by me, Irie. Oh, you twist up the words of my wifey, and that's anonymous. And that don't mean random, that's the theme of my anthem. That's who I walk down the aisle with. That's who I travel the now with. From your favorite to the Tigers, alright, this RTJ, the brand, that's the fam. Now Easy, North Carolina, man. We call that now see. You know how we be smoking mad trees. Me and Jay and BG. I put it backwards, did it wrong. Let me switch the song to add Miss Dime right on time. You know the lines, God Cypher Divine. I'm in my prime.
You ain't even have to add me. I was wrong.
Listen, that's 13-5 right there, y'all.
Yeah.
You need a napkin that was all the way ate up. Okay.
Listen.
13-5 in the building,
Hey,
y'all.
yeah. You know, I ain't freestyling forever.
Yo, here's the funny thing. Here's the funny thing, right? I got to understand the art of freestyle, right? Because there's a couple of different versions or definitions of it. For me personally, freestyle one where it is not meaning you're coming off the top. It could be something written, but there's no direct theme to it. You just writing, right? Yeah, then you got what he just did just now, freestyling, where you just spitting off the dome. Where we're randomly throwing a word at him, and he's catching it and he's flipping it whatever way he sees fit. That's not an easy thing to do. So the fact that you can do that and keep a flow with it, that's fire for anybody that's able to do that.
Much respect. Please.
Y'all never asked me to freestyle. I mean,
bad enough for us to understand what you're saying when you're just speaking. So
okay, you know what? I think you want.
Welcome back, Don. Welcome back.
It be your own people. Now, as you can see, my brother just went through the infamous gauntlet and freestyle. That's about I guess a wonderful segue for us to talk about the 50th anniversary of hip hop right there, the essence, where it started with the freestyle.
I ain't gonna hold you. Listen, talk about the Grammys or just 50 period.
I'm just talking about 50 years period.
Okay, she's talking about the Grammys.
Oh, you talking about the Grammys?
Everything associated.
I missed it because you know my favorite person on the planet performed, and I had attitude.
Damn, I wasn't there.
I had reservations about that whole thing, man. Like I ain't gonna hold you. I appreciate the acknowledgement for the aesthetic of it all, but let's keep it real. Like that performance really just showed you the
where they headed.
Line,
right
of hip hop. If anything, like as the era went on, you saw that the essence just leaves.
Information left.
The taste left. The taste. It was losing.
It got real bland. It got real bland.
Here's the thing.
Who took the seasoning? Who took the seasoning away?
Model Citizen J, did you see it?
Yeah, I saw it.
Okay.
I saw the hip hop.
I normally don't watch the Grammys. I'm gonna say that right now. All those award shows, like I watch the EBT awards because that's funny as shit. But any other award shows, I don't watch it.
He said EBT awards.
Yeah, the EBT awards. But wow. I saw on social media, everybody was in an uproar about Sam Smith. So I, did my little research. Let me look it up.
I heard everything was on it.
And I see the clip of his performance. He's dressed in a whole like devil ensemble, red lighting.
Oh, you're talking about the same.
Hey, why we gotta talk about the red lighting right now? I just like having like red.
That's why I brought it up because you had the red lighting going on there.
About to do something else.
Yeah, I know.
Don't do that to me, y'all.
But nonetheless,
gold color.
He was introduced by Madonna, right? And just looking at how everybody was dressed, and I'm just looking at the clip. I ain't watched all that. I'm just looking at that one image that they had up, and I'm like, wait a minute. Are they serious with that performance? And what was the song called? Like Unholy or something like that. And there was a picture of Jennifer Lopez and her husband, and they're standing there with the face on, like, what the fuck is going on here?
There's a whole ritual, man.
Right. Yeah. So I'm just like, does nobody see what the hell is happening right now? Like
everybody look, I came to understand that revelation, rather. It's not that people don't know.
Right.
People don't care. And that's a whole different battle to fight.
How about to say that's even worse than not knowing?
That's way worse than not knowing.
Because
you have to care enough to want to know.
Right. Yeah, that's
people
wild.
know. People see what's going on, but who actually cares enough to jeopardize their own position to do something about it?
And I guess this is a nice time to bring this back up. See, family, this is why chase that easy bag and do what they got to, do what you think is necessary to get that money.
This is the album. This is the album cover here. If you missed it from earlier in the show,
yeah.
For who?
It's a 13.5. It's his album right here. So it's a dope.
Oh, I didn't even see the 13.5 on the hoodie. Okay,
right. But it's a dope breakdown of what this entire cover means. The meaning of everything that's going on in here is fire.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, you jump on YouTube, hit the subscribe button, and notification.
I'm like, hold the fuck up. Like, okay.
That's dope. How did you feel about the top 50 that the Billboard put out of hip hop artists of all time? How did you feel about that list?
Listen, man.
Listen, that's totally biased.
You're gonna stop with the how'd you feel questions.
I would because you could only ask that to real legitimate artists and I care about it, what they felt about something like that.
I personally don't have any stake in what Billboard or any outsiders say about what we create.
Right.
That's a
their
fact.
list means nothing to me because they're gonna base it on sales or they're gonna base it on influence. They're not gonna base it on what we who created the shit base it on. You know what I'm saying?
They list. Who's your top 5? Who's right now you could bump at any given moment and they're gonna put you in that mood, that vibe, that content that you need to flow in? Who's your
That's hard for me. Andre 3000 is gonna be in there. No order.
No order. No, yeah, it doesn't have to be in any order.
Andre 3000. I don't know if y'all familiar with John Forte.
Of course,
I am
definitely Forte. I said Toby earlier. I like Toby. I like Coach Contra. They doing their thing right now. Lyrical for this generation. Kendrick is hit or miss.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Kendrick is definitely hit or miss.
When he feel like it.
I don't even think it's a matter of when he feel like it. I think it's whatever energy he's particularly on. Like
right.
He has more than one style. So depending on what you're looking for, you might like it, you might not.
Right.
I like Simba. You know, y'all listen to Simba?
I do.
Simba's dope. So yeah, it's a lot of acts, a lot of artists who aren't that well known.
Right.
But they doing their thing that I listen to.
Now
I always got my go-tos: old Nas, old Wu-Tang, old AZ, the nostalgic hip hop.
Right.
But I never wanted to be one of them people that just got stuck.
Now, speaking of
listen to what came later.
Right. So you were just speaking about, underground artists and stuff like that. Who are some of the dope artists in Lexington, Kentucky that we need to know about besides 13.5 and Anonymous Rose?
I mean, nobody. No, I'm playing. Nah, I'm joking. I mean, we have a lot of dope artists here. I gotta initially mention my brother who just won an Emmy Award, actually.
That's dope.
Yeah, the guy JK47, they won an Emmy with the local TV network here for the song that they did. I mean, you know what I'm saying, he's dope. Fred C's dope. ROC, Respect Original Creation, dope. Like it's a lot of y'all gotta tap into this Kentucky. I can't say this Lexington. It's Kentucky.
Right. It's Kentucky. Okay.
Because yeah, it's a lot of artists from smaller areas, even smaller than Lexington, but they dope artists too, man. Like it's one of them states where it's been slept on for so long that you don't really know what the style is here. You know what I'm saying? How Memphis has a certain sound, how Chicago will have a certain. Kentucky don't really have a distinct sound. It's like a blend of everywhere,
right?
You know what I'm saying? So you'll get that trap music. You'll get that music that also sounds like it came from Detroit, but you also get that underground J. Cole-ish, Wu-Tang-ish. It's a lot melted into one thing, man. So yeah, like it's a lot of dope artists. February 24th is my release party, and I got Divine Karama performing. I got Anonymous performing. I got ROC performing. I got who else I got? I got Iborn performing. I got Abstract Dre, Kevin Cross. Yeah, and not to mention the legends from Kentucky, Cunning Linguists. Y'all familiar with them?
I'm not.
Oh man, yeah, Cunning Linguists. They international.
We will be.
Okay. Well, now we will be thoroughly acquainted.
But I think that was a good transition. We're gonna actually play one of your joints right now, and then we're gonna get ready to part 2 of this show. Bring up our next guest in a second, but we're gonna jump into Proverbs right now. If you're good with that,
yeah, that's ROC is on that song.
All right, so we're gonna jump into Proverbs right now. Let's get to it.
Yes, sir.
This is Picasso on a canvas big enough for all to see. This is holy water splashing onto y'all that still believe. This is flowers for the living, you can't smell when you deceased. We don't cry over the casket, no regrets after you leave. See, this is testimony for the best that know me. Appreciation for the lessons all the elders showed me. I'm giving stolen roses like I own the clothing. Thinking back when I was cold and lonely, and fate stole the moment. Way out of state, rolling solo, it's the one and only. The sore thumb who tore from them fake brothers slowly. Been all over if I have to confess. Putting education to practice just to master the test. Couldn't elevate any faster, trying to pass up a step. It should never take death to happen for the factors to step. Yet, repeatedly you do. Which leads me to conclude, the subconscious mind is more key than we assume. If unlocked, we'll find source seemingly in tune. So they knock divine chords, leaving you to doom. I cannot deny, Lord, legally we screwed. Look how easily deceiving human beings is to use. So I choose to move just according to God's will. But don't get that confused with the one that makes y'all kneel. If y'all so healed while we talking about demons still, keep it real. Y'all did not receive the teachers needed here, but fear not. In between the rock and the hard places, rocking the guard. Y'all straight.
Yeah. If I can make it right here, then I can make it anywhere. Anything better than staying stagnant. I'ma get in my bag and keep it stacking. Know what I'm about and I'm never lacking. It's affecting, my passion is full of talent. I'm loving and living the action. You mad that I make it happen. Quit all the hating and get in balance. I can take you on down the road. Show you the side that I grew up on. West side of Lex, right on Redwood, down the Douglas. Don't get pulled up on. My best friend, the cousin, just got out and he on a better path, but he keep the pole. Couldn't be funny, you got something and they want something. Take the joke, our brothers for days. Different mamas, different daddies, but they all act like we the ones they raised. Couple of them good rest, catch you on the court, they pull up shooting no 2K. Got it when now I can't leave the house without my fire on me, so I keep it tough. Especially when I got my daughter with me, so know that I'ma die for love. Just bet this with me, boy, you gon' have a setback. You see my team, boy, you best have a jetpack. Slide on me, nah homie, you gon' regret that. My original creation, respect that. I'm so in tune, I don't need a piano. I'm so high on life, I feel like a soprano. Keep falling behind, you gon' stay in my shadow. Lit like a candle, I got the ammo. Shoot from the hip with these bars like a Rambo. Sick of these snakes in my skin like I feel like I'm sin.
Listen, that was knocking right there.
Thank you.
Great fire.
Now, what was the second artist name on that track?
ROC, respect original creation.
He definitely to me gave me the Lecrae vibes too. A little bit with his style, but that was fire, hands down. That was fire.
Thank you.
That definitely was fire. That was called Proverbs, y'all. Yo, get into it, man. This is good music. Like, this is when you riding around and we complaining about, damn, this is playing again, or what they talking about here. We get some conscious rap with it, making sense. There's something that needs to be said. There's a message that's trying to get out. This is the type of shit that we talking about. If it's gonna be new, at least let it make some sense. Let me understand what's going on.
Listen, that joint is a whole vibe right there. You just sit in the car. That's a long distance drive right there. You just throw in the car, throw that on, and you just vibe out and just, you know what I'm saying, get to your destination safe and sound. Definitely.
Yo, shout out to our sis. We saw her popping. Tima, what's up? What's up? We miss you. You know that. That's one of our favorites right there. We still trying to work it out to get her on camera as a regular, but you know, she crazy and everything, all that and all that. Yo, but real quick, before we jump into the next guest, which I'm pretty sure you'll still, be rocking out with us as well. Again, just remind the people where they can follow you, where they can hear the music at, the downloads, everything, and again, drop those release dates as well.
All right. Boom. Name's 13.5. You can catch me on Instagram at TheReal13.5. Spotify, all that, same name. Album God Had Other Plans is out on Bandcamp now. Part A. It starts streaming tomorrow or tonight at midnight. Actually, start streaming at midnight. Bang it, enjoy it, learn from it, share it, all that good stuff, man. I appreciate you.
Real quick, one more before we let you go. Just once they hear this, what message are you trying to get out to them? What are you hoping they're receiving from hearing this project?
What I hope that you receive when you hear this project is that think outside the box. Think outside the box. I talk about a lot of different things on the album that usually don't get spoken about in music. I try to find a way to make it creative, but all entertaining, but also informative at the same time. So just think outside the box when you hear it. Enjoy it. The beats, to me, they rock enough to keep your head nodding, keep your feet tapping and all that. But that was picked specifically so you would still nod, so you would resonate, and the message would eventually get in there over time.
It'll seep in.
Yeah. So just think outside the box, man. And when you do, and you hear what I have to say, if you agree, share it. If you disagree, tell me why.
Share it anyway, because somebody else might agree.
Anyway.
Right.
Exactly.
Listen,
we appreciate you, man.
Starter, man.
Right.
Exactly.
It's supposed to be a conversation starter.
I like that.
We appreciate you, my good brother, man. All the
Thank
ones
you for having me.
13.5, y'all. 13.5.
You got a power when you get an ovation.
Right. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna hop y'all off of the camera real quick for a quick second. Let y'all do the quick switch up. So we can give her proper introduction and then get right back into it.
Yes, sir. Thank you, man. Thank y'all.
Yes,
Peace.
Oh, so that was 13.5, y'all. Like you said, the project is on the way officially midnight tonight. Just streaming them on all platforms. God Had Other Plans. Like we said, man, care about the content you putting out there, especially if you're an artist, whatever the case is. Like, we know the bag is there, especially if it hits, it's gonna pop off, it might change your life, whatever the case may be. But understand that change in your life is also going to be a change in other people's lives as well, because they're ingesting or digesting what you're putting out there, right? And there's something that you might be spitting, saying, doing, whatever the case may be, that might help somebody else and change their life, might pull them out of a tough situation or whatever the case may be, man. So just be cognizant of what you're putting out there in the universe, because people are receiving it, and it can't just be all about the money.
And once it's out there forever. So are you always got to ask yourself, I ask myself a lot of times, will my younger self be proud of where I'm at right now? And will my future self be proud of what I'm doing right now? Okay, so you have to be conscious of how you move and what message you're putting out there. Okay, be deliberate, be intentional, whatever you want to do, and just make sure it stands the test of time. Because this music is gonna be out here forever. Okay,
right. Your legacy.
Yep.
So again, that was 13.5. Y'all make sure y'all hit them streaming platforms. God had other plans. Make sure y'all download that, give it a listen to. Really give it a listen to. Share it. Let's keep it moving, man. Let's get good music back out here in these streets. Right. So we're about to bring up our next guest in just a second. But Ms. Dom, what's up? How was the vacation?
How's life?
How was the travel? How was the night? Because we want details. All the details.
Was you dancing?
You probably won't give us the details, but we want all the details.
You know what I'm saying? That's all I know how to do.
We honestly, that was a really great vacation. We had an amazing time. Like beyond an amazing time. She enjoyed her birthday. So that was all that mattered, honestly. Like I couldn't ask for more. But that only thing that blew mine was that it was cold. But once you get a bunch of tequila in your system, you don't feel that shit. So, but
this is beautiful. What is that, velvet?
But nightlife, great. Like they have like a whole scene, their downtown Cabo, where there's like clubs everywhere, like right across the street, and there you can see directly into the club because it's all just open. Sing Your Frogs, Crush, Mandela, like it. Great.
You said Mandela.
Mandela.
Oh, okay. My bad.
Great. Rosa Negra, great stuff.
Did she just call me a nigga?
Wait, you just called me a what?
That's what I thought.
Oh,
that's what I thought it said too. I thought it said nigga, but no. It was like,
with the tequila.
They go with
like Black Rose or something like Rosa Negra. I don't know, but yeah, I found out my girlfriend's fucking bilingual. I didn't even know the.
Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure you it's good to go with somebody who knows Spanish. You know, you in Mexico.
I was tuned in. Look, I was tuned in to the Instagram, the video clips that was going up, and there was a lot of shot taking and ass slapping out there. So it looks like y'all had a grand old time.
Grand old time. Good stuff. She's still celebrating. So
okay, party not over yet. Now the birthday, the official birthday passed already.
Yeah, it was Friday.
Okay. So happy birthday again. You did mention that you didn't get off scot-free without getting in a little bit of trouble. Would you like to elaborate on that?
What you mean?
Oh, well, I'm talking about Willis. Okay, we'll go past it.
All right, we'll leave it alone.
It's fine.
All right,
we'll get you at another time.
We'll get you a hot seat.
Oh man. So, not to hold y'all up, without further ado, we are about to bring our next guest up, which we're staying in the same crib. We're in the same crib because they are a package deal. Model says, and Jay, once again, if you please.
Hold on. You know I gotta do it. I gotta take a sip right now. All right. Like I said before when I introduced 13.5, we had the lovely opportunity to reach out to this independent artist from Lexington, Kentucky, who's making her tour. She was going up and down the East Coast, doing things left and right, shaking and baking, doing everything that an independent artist is supposed to do to get her name out in these streets because she has a sound, she has a message, she has something she wants to put out there. So she came up to the show, she killed the show. Then she invited us to her performance. We went to the performance, she killed the performance. So family, without further ado, welcome back to the stage, Miss Anonymous Rose.
Hi. Hey. How y'all doing, family?
Oh man, good. So right out the gate, right? This is something that y'all are gonna just automatically gravitate to, right? Because we get the knowledge from 13.5, right? It says the plethora of things that we need to know and be connected with, right? Then Anonymous jumps on the scene, and then the energy is just so fire. As you saw the big smile she had on her face, so it's just gonna pull you right in. So that combination is real lethal over there in Lexington, Kentucky, right now.
Exactly.
But Miss Anonymous Rose, everybody, she is in the building. I know we got a lot to talk about, a lot of things that you just finished dropping, because if you're following her on social media, every day you see something being dropped, video here, song here, whatever the case may be, performances and whatnot. Miss Anonymous, what's been going on?
Word, man.
If I be honest, 100% working. Just working on expanding the Anonymous Rose brand and repping everybody I'm connected to. Shout out to Model Citizen J. This is what I'm doing.
See the shirt.
That energy when I clock into my own job, because I'm self-employed. So not only am I an artist, but I also juggle being a boss and an entrepreneur as well. So just definitely grinding, if I be honest, grinding and flowing as well as growing. So a lot has changed in the year.
Hey, I'm about to say, it's been a little bit over a year since the last time we had you on the presence on the stage.
Yes, sir.
Like that.
I do want to say though, when we did connect with you, that was pre-pandemic, correct?
No.
Or was we in the midst of it?
No, we was in the heat of it.
No, we was in the heat of the battle.
I don't even know time no more, because everything just like I don't know.
We lost 2 years, but we were still working.
That was November of 21.
Yep.
Okay.
2023.
All right, so that was okay. That's probably when they was like letting us outside just a little bit.
Just a little bit. They still had limitations, everybody started having masks and had to take COVID tests and stuff like that. So we were still in the heat of it all.
All right. Real quick, just to because we touched on with 13.5 a little bit about how people need to invest in their artistry, right? Especially when you're coming in the music game. You want to be cognizant of what you're putting out there. You want to care about the craft. You don't want to disrespect the pioneers and the people that really put their hard work in here to get on. So we speak back into when we linked up with you originally and you were on your city tour, right? You guys was in the car, you and 13 on them highways, burning rubber from city to city. Can you speak a little bit about that and what that experience was like for you, what you may have learned, what you may have thought you knew, but you didn't know, and things of that nature, like, because that's somebody that really trying to get on. Like, I jumped in my car and drove, and gas is crazy. So the fact that we driving everywhere. So if you can speak to that to us, to the people, let them know what that was like.
First and foremost, shout out to 2 big companies that actually sponsored and definitely really, really put the Anonymous Rose Tour out there. There was many sponsors, first and foremost. There were many sponsors. Shout out to Respect the Journey. They sponsored us, gave us merch, and I repped it on tour. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Fresh Cargo. Also shout out to the CBD company that came out of Indianapolis that supported us. We also had another company. Let me see. Hold on. Let me make sure I'm lining it up because it was everybody. Everybody. Also, but the main 2 were Woke Junk Food Vegan and Brown Owl. They were actually 2 of the companies that purchased our biggest packages that actually helped us to get that momentum. Like it was like everything was kind of like I had this vision in my mind, like this was get ready to be this fun experience, and I'm getting ready to be on vacation, and baby, it was work, grinding and work, and put your expectations back in the bag where you got them. It's crazy because I actually I went on tour, and I remember I came home and I kind of went AWOL for a second. Like I think I went live a little bit and talked about it a little bit, but I went AWOL. I had to go redirect myself. I was like, okay, all right, here's the experience we had. What are we gonna manifest next time to be different? And in the middle of that, I got to writing, So shout out to y'all. Thank y'all so much for showing us so much love in Greensboro.
Hey,
Shout out to Make It or Break It 336 as well. They definitely showed up and showed out for us. Y'all all showed me so Greensboro. I ain't gonna hold you. Shout out to Detroit, because Detroit was my second city. But y'all showed me so much love. Like, I cried in the car. I broke down crying in the car because it was such a roller coaster. It was a lot of ups and downs. It was a lot of inconveniences, life happening. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, and Greensboro kind of like just pressed my reset button, and y'all sent me home so well. So I thank y'all for that as well.
Well deserved.
Hey, no problem, man. Well deserved, man. You know the universe ain't gonna put you in the wrong place at the wrong time. It's only gonna give you what you need.
I be out here like win. Hold on, grab my hand.
So you just recently dropped a video, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I've been on the road. I ain't even gonna hold you.
Let's talk about it. You been on the move. Where you been moving to? Where you been shaking and baking?
So after I went AWOL for about like 6 months, I released my first single in August, and that was 621. Mind y'all, like while I was AWOL, I wrote 23 songs. So it's crazy. He wrote like 20 plus songs, and I wrote 20 plus songs.
Oh, y'all was just working.
Right. Working. I'm sitting on 2 projects worth of music right now. Just like I had to let it out though. You had
to download that whole trip you just went on.
Right.
You had to download. You soaked up so much knowledge. You said, "Hold up, I'm not going AWOL. I just got to get
put this out here
and release all of this, bro. I got too much information right now."
Yes.
So where would you say like most of your like creative ideas come from for you to put into your music? Like, what's your muse, your motivation? Like, what would you say?
My influence, writing about me. I don't know nothing better than me, and I feel like we sometimes sleep on the human mind, and the human mind is more complex than the brain can comprehend. The brain deals with the physical body, but the mind is infinite. So if you stay tapped into your imagination and all the infinite possibilities, you can draft up any type of song or any type of idea or any type of experience that you've been through. So I really draw those ideas from experiences I've been through as a woman, not only as a woman, but a Black woman at that, and a true supporter of the Black man and Black love. So I add all of that, I put it in a bowl, and I mix it around, and then I pull out a top. So, and then I get to listening to music and beats, and then it just comes all together. So now I'm at the point where at first I used to be a little nervous to sit down behind the laptop and press record. Now when I'm ready to record, I'm right there. The mic is lowered, and I'm doing my thing. Like now, it's like I got to get it out, by any necessary.
So real quick, for those that might not know the name Anonymous Rose, can you explain the what behind that name?
I never get when I broke this down to y'all about a year. So the evolution of Anonymous Rose. When I first started out, I was Lady D. And Lady D was a poet, and I rocked the mic as a young poet, as a slammer. And then when I turned, that was about like from like 17, 18, and then 19 came around, and I was like, I need a new name. I need some new flavor. And so I thought about the word anonymous. And at that point in time, I don't know if y'all remember. Now this is like 2013. Y'all remember when the little anonymous face was out there? And they was dropping all the little governmental secrets and stuff. So it's
yeah.
Right? So I was like, you know what? I like that. I said, I gotta flip it. So I was like, I wanted to be spelled like a real name. So I flipped around. So like my honorable name is Dariana, right? Okay. So if you flip around some of the letters in there, you'll get Ayana, which is the end of my name, right? Mm-hmm. So the IONNA, and then I also was like, you know what? Sometimes when I wake up, I don't know who I'm gonna be. So why not just name myself anonymous so that way I don't have to hold myself to too many standards on who y'all gonna get.
I
like that.
Listen, you're gonna get who you're gonna get.
Are y'all receiving this creativity? Y'all are being blessed.
Like, no, you know what you're gonna get.
Whatever you get, you're gonna get. And then after I give it to you, I'll name it. Okay. Right. After you get it, I'll name it.
That's literally how it happens. That's how it comes. I'm like, and then I can stamp a name on it and be like, and this is what it is. Right.
And then blossom like a rose.
How was the reception when you came back? When you came back home? After you finished the tour, you came back home, you showed others in your community, hey, it could be done. Look what I've did. You know, I want you to learn from it, become out better. Was the reception when you came back home with open arms and everybody was cheering you on? They was happy for you?
If I be 100% honest, I remember that show. I was tired. You know, I was exhausted.
Your last show was in Lexington, right?
Yeah, it was she was the hometown hero. That's where she ended it at.
So I actually had a great turnout at that last show.
Nice.
Actually, some of my family members for the first time came out to watch the show. But y'all, I was falling asleep behind the microphone.
Lord.
That's not my
I cried. So y'all, I swear it was an emotional ride. I just cried. I didn't know what else to do. But it was beautiful though. It was so
nice.
Beautiful. Shout out to Rollo Green and the Ray Camp Band and 13-5. They definitely showed out for me and opened up for me. So it definitely was a rodeo. It was definitely an end to an end.
Now, how did it feel to see to have you say, you know, your family out the first time they seen you perform? How did that feel?
Oh man, like it felt great. It felt really great. Because you know I'm from Kentucky. It's nothing against my family because my family we're now, you know, transforming into having open minds about things. But I'm a very Southern girl. I come from a very Southern upbringing. So Baptist church, Christian, you know, real disciplined and secular music is not too favorable. But once you once you finally like listen to my music, and you get past the few cuss words that you hear, you actually understand that the message is pretty positive. Not only do I talk about my experiences and how I overcome them, but I also encourage people and push people to do what they're supposed to do for themselves. So
nice.
To see my family there just kind of gave me that check sign, like it's working. You know, it's slowly but surely it's working. So you know, it starts real slow here, but the momentum builds up. It definitely builds up.
Okay. What would you say was probably the most difficult or hardest song that you ever wrote? Like the song that you was just like, whether it was being overwhelmed from emotion, like I just can't get through it, or it's just like damn, I got writer's block, I'm stuck, or you know, like what would you say was the hardest one?
Released or unreleased?
You could give me both.
Ooh.
Like you could whatever you want to choose.
Okay, unreleased. There is a song that is on Lincoln Lounge Part 2 that will be driving in the springtime. And it's called Soul Cry. And when I first started writing it, it's because it's kind of like the perspective of me writing a letter to my parents. And I finished the first part in 2020, which was the letter to my mom. And my dad, I hadn't gotten the words together just right, you know, to really explain to him what I wanted to portray and what I wanted to say. And fast forward, I got married April of 2021. May of 2021, my father passed away.
I'm sorry.
Sorry to hear that.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Every day, you know, you take a step every day. Right. And but the relationship was very complex. It you know, trying to develop and figure out what I wanted to say, but it was like after I put him in the ground, lo and behold, here comes the word.
Right.
You know, like so I was like, But I finally finished it. And every time I listen to it, it definitely puts me in a chokehold, and I can't wait for you all to hear it. But yeah, that would be my most difficult. I would say any out of any song I've ever written, that was the most difficult.
Wow. I can't wait to get that.
Word.
That you done sprinkled us with some knowledge about it. I'm like, where's that? Where's that?
So when you begin your creative process, what are certain things that you need in your environment to help you kick off that mood, to help you get right, to start creating, to start writing?
Well, one, the dedication. Because sometimes y'all know about the entrepreneur lifestyle. Sometimes the hours be long. And sometimes when I get home, I'm like, so what I've been practicing lately is if I could give one craft that time and the nurturing that it needs, I can give the other craft the time and the nurturing that it needs. So I come home, 5 times out of 10, babe and cooked up dinner, and I'm ready to sit down and eat and roll me a medicated ale, and then play the beat a couple of times, and then the next thing I know, I'm like, all right, babe, I'm recording. You be like, all right. So, and then sometimes it's like a melody. It'll be a melody I've been singing all day or I've been humming all day and I can't get it out of my head. So I'm like, you know what? I got to find something for it. So it really all depends. Like I won't say I'm scatterbrained, but my process of thinking can sometimes be overdone. So, I work to let it flow.
Gotcha.
So speak to how big of support that is to have, obviously, with your husband being in your corner, pretty much hands-on with everything that you got going on. But how big is that to have that support of not just a business partner, but also the love of your life in that same breath? How do y'all kind of manage those two worlds together? And obviously him being an artist himself, like with all that compiled, how do y'all just find a way to make that work for everything that y'all need for it to move forward?
It is very simple. We mesh it all together.
Similar plane.
Remember that pot she was talking about earlier?
There you go.
Mesh it all together. I'm gonna tell you something. Communication is the best thing in any situation, and being able to communicate when it's time to stop the business and when it's time to pick up the business, I think is one of our most strongest qualities. Not only did we start out as friends, but we were business partners before we got into a relationship, and then that evolved into marriage, and now here it is. It's all together. So being able to communicate with one another, being able to respect one another, and understand that sometimes understanding doesn't always mean you have to agree. Sometimes we got to agree to disagree. Sometimes we're not going to see everything the same. And also understanding that we fuel each other. Pour into me as I pour into you. So being husband and wife and being artist and manager and also being teacher and student in the knowledge, it's a lot to balance, but we make it work and we make it look good.
Hey, black love is strong.
Good.
I'm wondering what the scene is like if you both have something that you need to lay it down and y'all both trying to record this at the same time. You're like, nah, I got to go first because I got to.
You know what's crazy is because I don't think that's happened yet. I don't think that's happened yet. No, that's not happened yet.
Y'all better divide.
Let's remove that. Let's remove
rock, paper, scissors, flip 2 coins or something.
Yeah, it's kind of like a yin and yang flow. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes when he's in the flow, I am nowhere near the flow. And then when I'm in the flow, he's nowhere near the flow. So it kind of works out. Like, nobody, intrudes. And then not only that, our times and hours of work, so that also matters as well. So when I come home, I record real late at night. He gets time to record through the day. So, it's like no clashing. It works.
Right.
Oh, that's good. It works.
Is there any plans of a collaboration with the both of you to create a whole album if you haven't done that already? Or is that something we can't let out the bag yet?
I've been asking. So, I mean, like y'all, we have so many songs together. It's not even funny though. We do have a lot of songs with each other. And I've been begging for a project. So we'll see. Like he told you, it's a flow.
Right.
It really is a flow for him. I'm the one that's still trying to pursue it as a career and fame and fashion lights, stuff like that. But for him, it's really the love of it. So when it's there, and when it ain't, it ain't. But I catch him while it's there though.
Right.
gotta catch it real fast, bottle it up, and use it real quick.
Yeah. I catch him while it's there though.
So I know you mentioned earlier, about your entrepreneur endeavors. Would you please? It's more about the music. Let us know what else you got going on in life, yo.
All right. So your girl, Anonymous Rose, who also is formerly known as Anani is Earth as well. That is my righteous name in the knowledge. I am a loctician or a lock stylist, as you would say. So I actually, I've been working with hair since I was 15 years old. And I'm now 29 years old, going on 30 this year. So I've been working with locks and natural hair for a while now. And about 2 years ago, I sat down with hubby as my business partner and was like, yo, I'm tired of working these jobs, fam. I don't want to go to work. He was like, well, he was like, you got your rent money? I'm like, kind of, sort of. He's like, here, don't worry about that. Take what you got, go buy everything you need, and jumped off right there. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, why? You know what I'm saying? Like, seed, and I'm gonna yield you back what you planted within me. So 2 years later, here we are. 90s Crown Services is a booming lock service here. I have a nice clientele. I make my own hair products, and as well as still do music. So it's
nice.
Fueled by me. I love that fact I could put it underneath an umbrella. You know what I'm saying? So I don't just do hair. I don't just do music. I do motivational speaking. I teach people how to meditate. I'm going to school for psychology. Not only that, I'm an artist as well. So I work with the pen. There's a lot of things that I'm talented at, but those are my main focus and what I push to be prominent in my life because it helps me serve out my purpose.
Nice, dope. Can't do nothing but respect that all the way.
Yes.
That is so fire. So if we can speak to some of the latest joints that you just dropped. So you just did a video for Made It Home.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So we're gonna play that in just I'll play the song in just a second. But can you speak to the creativity behind Made It Home, the message behind that song, and how that came about?
So Made It Home. It's really self-explanatory. It's really coming from a woman's standpoint of like I don't need you in the streets. I need you here. I need you present in that home. I want you safe. Not putting yourself into harm's way. So Made It Home is actually crazy because the visual and the song body is a kind of like a combination.
Right.
That body was dropped in October, and that's kind of like the fling, the flare. We laughing and we smiling. It's the good times, and then you got Made It Home, which is like behind the scenes. No, you really don't be coming home. So, and this is why. You know what I'm saying? And some women. We come off as being naggy. Sometimes I was told when I actually sent it into some random podcast to get a review. I'll never forget that. It said, you sound like you're trying to be somebody's mother. You sound like you're very overly controlling woman. And right now everybody's on FNF time. Everybody, so I was like, I wonder if your woman think the same thing.
Right.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Because behind every great man is a strong woman. So I won't ever put it past a man that he might be single. But sometimes, you know, behind those kings that talk so much, be having queens themselves that ain't going for that. And you know they're not going for that. So that's why you talk like that on your podcast and you don't talk like that at home because you can't. So made at home is a come home. Come back.
Period.
Come back.
Come back.
Like come back.
Yeah. Come back. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like make it home to me, man. Like, if you're gonna do what you're gonna do, fine. But come home when you're supposed to come home. You know, so I love the energy of it, and I know I'm speaking for a lot of women out there that are just sick and tired of the rigmarole we fall into, planted by America's plan. You know, and understanding how the nationality of Black people that we're dealing with right now is due to environmental circumstances. And understanding we have to unlearn that behavior and actually show each other that it's okay to love and that it's okay to say, hey, you know what? You're hurt and I'm hurt too. Let's heal together.
Right.
Yep.
Let's stop yapping about what the women need to do and what the man need to do. I just come home.
You know what happens.
Plate, Don. Get the collection plate.
When you point one finger, you got three more at yourself.
Look,
you know what I'm saying? And that's accountability.
Yeah.
That's accountability.
Don't point your fingers.
I don't think a woman's out of place if she wants that.
Listen, family, let's stop pointing fingers at each other and just come back with open arms.
Come on now. It's the most that we can do. We've been separated for so long. We've been against each other for so long. Right. Why not try that? That's the only thing we haven't tried yet.
Being divided don't work. And we saw what happens when we are united. They get mad at us. So you know what? Let's get them mad and stay united.
Period.
Because we're stronger than that.
We're stronger together. We just gotta let go what's been taught, you know.
Right.
Psychological warfare is very deep. You're given a thought that's not your own and convinced that it is your own. How can you fight with that?
Right.
Listen, if y'all need to understand what she's talking about, go watch the movie Inception.
That is a bomb movie.
It'll break it down.
Right.
It'll just put somebody plant something in your dreams, or like you said, the TV programming.
Yeah.
So when you see it, you're programmed to like something, you're programmed to want something, you're programmed to do something. Yep. Stop looking at the television program and open up a book.
Please. Because history isn't I preach that all the time. I love Google. I love the internet sources, but go travel, go read. You're going to find a lot of, because see, they said if you wanted to hide anything from a Black person, you would hide it in the book.
Put it in the book, yeah.
Understand how hard we fought to receive the right to read, and now we don't read. That makes no sense to me.
Right.
So I be pushing people, go read, man. Go read these books. They're trying to burn them. They're trying to get rid of them. They're trying to get rid of what this country was built on.
Right.
Listen, if somebody tells you don't read this book, you need to go pick it up and get two of them. Read it twice. Read it 4 times.
I have that conversation with my wife and my son sometimes as well. Because I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna raise my hand and say sometimes it's much easier to just be like, hey Siri, what
right.
But and I'm not looking the phone going off right now. But I go half the time we gotta also come to realize you do know there's somebody on the other side that put that information in there, right? So that's still them finding another way to make you believe something. Let's go find out for ourselves with that. So yeah, I definitely wholeheartedly stand behind that. What we're gonna do though, we're gonna go ahead and play Made It Home. And when that track is over, we are going to come back and we are going to then put you, Miss Anonymous Rose, on the hot seat.
You know, ain't nobody safe.
Because if my memory serves me correct, you also dibbled and dabbled a little bit into rapping as well. So we're gonna see if you could, still pick a flow with us.
In a second. Somebody else do
it. Oh man. But if you can,
okay. Let me say this. I am a lyricist due to paper and pen. Like it's crazy. Okay, because Me and my husband, we talk about this all the time, and he gets in my tail because he like, back in my day, you know, we would have to watch TV, and the word that would pop up on the TV, we'd have to throw it in the bar. And I'm like, I grew up writing.
So this will be wholesome fun, and you might at this very moment unlock something that you thought wasn't there.
This is here to be hilarious.
You can you can write it, whatever you feel comfortable with.
Whatever it is, sign language, whatever. Yo, so real quick before we do that, I'm gonna let you go ahead and introduce Made It Home to us.
All right, guys, this is Anonymous Rose, Made It Home.
But you don't though. About the many nights I waited for you at the front door, thinking that I was gonna get that call, telling me that your black one coming home. Now I can't lie, I love the way we living. Having money and power, yeah, I love the way it's feeling. But if I don't have you, none of this means anything, cause then that means we ain't out here manifesting our dream. Long hours, long nights, many packs and gunfights. And it hurts to think that you'd rather be out here in these streets than building with me. Long hours, long nights, many packs and gunfights. And it hurts to think that you'd rather be out here in these streets than building with me. And it hurts to think that you'd rather be out here in these streets and building with me. Be out here in these streets and building with me. It seems like the street life is the go-to, but I looked inside those eyes, baby, I know you. Told you about my dreams, you was right there. Then every time you leave, all I see is nightmares. I said you could be anything. You was like, yeah, didn't believe it. Nobody helped you see it. And I cried. Not for me, but for you. Cause you don't think you good enough to register for school. Cause you have ideas that you never get to use. And I want something better, but I want that to be you. But maybe next time you come home, it's all gone. Me included, new phone number and all. Don't make me do it. This is the straw before the last one. I'd rather talk about it now before the black bud. So tonight, tell the plug you ain't coming out. Cause drive the car, but run the house. Long hours, long nights, many packs and gunfights. And it hurts to think that you'd rather be out here in these streets than building with me. Long hours, long nights, many packs and gunfights. And it hurts to think that you'd rather be out here in these streets than building with me.
That was fire. That was definitely fire. Definitely. That was Made It Home by Miss Anonymous Rose. Telling you, get out these streets. Get out these streets and get your ass home so we can build.
Please, man. Please.
That was definitely a vibe. That track is fire. The beat is fire. That's definitely a banger right there. Thank you for sharing that with us. But we're gonna put you on the spot right now and see if we can keep that magic rolling. So just to make you a little bit calm and at ease, we're gonna give you another
hot air, so hot in here, so hot air.
Why is it so hot in here? Ah!
So we are on our round 2 of Hot Seat. Now, no pressure, but your husband put on for the house. So
Yeah.
You're gonna have to keep it going, or you might have to sleep on the couch if you let them down.
You might not. You gotta keep the title home.
Now.
You gotta keep that title home.
The Model Citizen J. So we are going to again give you control of the words.
Okay.
So all you do is keep your eyes on the screen. The word is gonna pop up on the screen, and you just go ahead, whatever flows. Miss Dime, once she hears the word and it fits within that bar, she's gonna give us a thumbs up, and we're gonna go to the next word. All right. So you got 6 words you got to make it through. All right. So we're going to drop the beat.
It's a lot of pressure, but no pressure.
Yeah, no pressure.
So no pressure, but it's a lot of pressure.
We're gonna drop the beat.
No, there's all kind of pressure. There's all kinds of pressure. The pressure is getting worse.
Let me just turn the volume down just a little bit.
Next to her. Now hubby next to you.
Look. He gonna be behind her right in the bar real quick. Hold up the paper.
Like a teleprompter. Just
We're gonna be flipping cards in the background.
I am on my own.
All right, Model Citizen J, are you ready with the words?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Woo!
All right, we're gonna drop the beat in 3, 2.
Okay. Yeah. It's the what then only I'm the rose. Came to sit down and show up on these toes. Hey, I like that. You like that. I spit the truth. Don't bite back. Hey, here it goes. Lost all the words, but here goes the flow. Yo, I love that. I like that. Don't you see that? I'm with it. Hey, you know the struggle. I'm trying to find these words to fit them in bars and bubbles. Oh, hold up. I'm losing it. Whoa. Y'all sleep, now y'all woke. Hey, I'm trying to keep it going. Call in. Okay, get it back like, yo, I'm the thing, don't you know what I mean? 315, 213, hey, that's the pin. Keep it in, don't give in. We in the stand. Hey, it's
Body
the
them. That's you got it.
It is. See?
No pressure.
No pressure.
You talking about pressure. You read through all 6.
No pressure at all.
No pressure. All right,
word. It's Anonymous Rose. She made it off the hot seat. Hubby's in the background smiling. You didn't let him down.
Man, I'm hot.
Nah, that's what's up though. So real quick, before we let y'all out of here and we wrap up, let them know where they can find you, social media platforms, where they can download the music, when the projects are coming, all that, hair products, whatever it is. It's your time to shine again.
Here we go. You can find me at Anonymous Rose on all platforms. That is Apple Music, Spotify. That is also Pandora, Amazon Prime, you name it, we're on there. Also find me on TikTok, Instagram, and you can also find me at 90scrown.com for 90s Crown services. If you are in the Lexington area, or if you're in Kentucky, period, come see your girl. Let me get you together. Let me show you how to take care of your beautiful hair. Shout out to all the peoples. Shout out to Respect the Journey. Thank you guys so much for giving this opportunity. And thank you guys for loving me. Oh, God. Y'all always put me on the spot. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. Last high seat was the series of questions, and they had me like,
right.
Y'all get me every time. Yo, I love y'all so much.
Listen, we appreciate you spinning the block and coming back on the show with us, man. For real.
On phone now.
Definitely. So whatever y'all got dropping down, y'all already know, hit us up. We here to support. We definitely love to have y'all back on the show, enlighten us some more with that energy. We love it. It's like it's there. We need that black love.
I gotta hit y'all for the album release. Definitely.
Definitely.
Oh yeah.
And listen, let Kentucky know. Respect the Journey. Got love for the man. Holla at us. Holla at us, Kentucky.
Yes, I will definitely send.
Holla at us.
Definitely. So, ladies and gentlemen, Miss Anonymous Rose.
guys.
So, y'all, another show has come and gone. Thank everybody that joined us tonight, vibed out with us tonight. Y'all know how we do as we get ready to wrap it up. So we didn't have our normal whose man's is this, Negro, please. However you want all the names that we be having. But there's one I just had to share with y'all because I could not let it pass. So before Model Citizen J gets us off right with, you know, how we should be taking care of ourselves and hitting us with that affirmation before we dip out of here, I had to share this, right? And for the many people, if you haven't seen, for you two, and as well as the chat, hit me up. Bria, what's up? Did y'all hear the story about the young lady that claims to be the child of R. Kelly and Aaliyah?
I was gonna reenact that on my TikTok.
Okay. I couldn't let the clip go because it was like, I know there's no way possible in hell that this is real, but I had to play it anyway. Like if her whole goal was just to go viral, she succeeded because I'm a sucker.
Yo.
I'm a sucker for stupid shit, but
for you guys, and you guys heard my voice. I don't usually sing on public, actually. So.
I don't usually.
Could have fooled me.
Could have fucking fooled me.
Mama always told me to be careful who I love, and Daddy always told me to make sure he's right. I always had my eyes on this one particular guy. I was so shy, so I decided to write. I'm standing at my 4-page letter, and I am closing with a kiss. And when I write him, he better
do
get out on time.
Wrong words, but I respect you, sis.
Wow. I just noticed this too. Is that a cartoon picture of Aaliyah behind her?
It the fuck is.
Okay. That's what we doing. Okay.
Yo, B Dollar. It's so funny you play.
Kelly.
Yo, it's so funny that you
Who man's is this?
Whose man's is this? I need to know.
Goodness gracious. You were saying?
No. I'm saying like that video is perfect. See, I was gonna hit you with the wellness tip first, but I'm gonna hit you with the affirmation first.
Yeah.
Because
well, I'm good.
Because what you did right there was just set this up totally for the affirmation. You don't even know what you just did. This is how creative his mind is right here. So this week's affirmation is: life is short. Don't waste your time trying to be somebody else. Okay?
Say it again.
So, life is short. Don't waste time trying to be somebody else. Okay. Now, on God, B Dollar did not know that was this week's affirmation. Whatsoever. This just happened to flow. All right. Family. Like all jokes aside, though. How I was talking about mentioning earlier about TV programming and things like that. That's why it's called a program. You watch it, it puts a thought inside your head that may not actually be yours. You just seen something over and over again, so therefore you want it. All right. If you see a McDonald's commercial and you see that Big Mac 20 times, I guarantee you by the end of the day, you're gonna want a Big Mac. Explore yourself, go outside, get in nature, do things that excite you. Like 13.5 said, like Anonymous Rose mentioned, be creative, use your imagination, tap into who you are. Don't sit there in front of a video game. Don't sit there in front of a computer screen. Don't sit there in front of a TV and waste your life away. Don't sit there and think that somebody on the other side of the fence is doing better than you, or that they have something more different or more special than who you are. You're trying to emulate them. It's okay to follow in the footsteps of a great person, but at some point in some time in your life, you got to venture off and make your own footprints in the sand and do something magical and do something wonderful. So emulate, just don't follow nobody, don't jump on nobody's shoulders and think they're going to carry you to the promised land, because all you're going to do is be following them to their dream. Okay, set a course, set a journey, follow the people who've done what you want to do, but that doesn't mean you have to do it exactly like them. You can do it your own way. Be yourself, be unique, be original. All right. And for the people who are out there being original, who are being unique, who are being themselves, Don't listen to what other people try to say. Keep being who you are, okay? It 9 times out of 10 when somebody makes fun of you for being different, being strange, it's because they're scared. They're scared to be themselves, okay? So it's easier to make fun of somebody else who's different instead of following the crowd, right? I guess the wellness tip of the week, y'all. Listen, drink your water and wash your hands. I know I've been hitting y'all with supplements and stuff like that and everything else to take, but I'm noticing a lot of things, a lot of trends. People don't like to wash hands. Okay,
they're going back to normal.
Yeah. Wash your hands. Hand sanitizer is good if you're on the move, but ain't nothing wrong with some soap and water. Okay, soap and water is the action. Okay, you got to get down to it. Let's get back to drinking water, drinking your alkaline water, drinking your spring water. Stay healthy. A lot of issues that you have come from you drinking sugar. And what I mean by that, you drinking too much soda, you drinking too much juice. Spend about a good month just consuming as much water as you can and see how much clearer your skin gets. See how better your attitude is. See how much better you sleep, okay? Water, there's a lot of attributes, that can help you benefit your life, yo. And that's it for this week, y'all. Let's get it together.
That's what's up. We definitely appreciate that. But y'all know how we do, man. Each and every week, we tap out with a prayer. Send y'all on good vibes if y'all headed to work, sleep, whatever it is that you're about to do for the rest of the night. It is Thursday, and I know we coined this Thursday as a new Friday, so you might be getting ready to go out tonight. I don't know. Whatever the case may be, make sure you're doing it safe. Make sure you're being responsible with whatever. But if y'all join me, precious Heavenly Father, we thank you once again for bringing us back here all together as Dime continues on with the hookah, but it's okay. Only because you made that face, I had to do it. But Lord, we thank you once again for bringing us to this platform, getting us here all safely so that we can speak our minds, speak our truths. Hopefully you heard something tonight that has sparked some creativity in you, something that you may have been going through in life. Maybe something was said that can reassure you that you can get through it no matter what the situation is. We want to thank Anonymous Rose and 13-5 for blessing us tonight, sitting down with us, chopping this up, talking about their experience and sharing everything about themselves with us. Hopefully there's something that they may have said that sparked creativity in you to start you on your path or whatever it is, whether it's music, whatever type of art, creativity, business, whatever the case may be. We want to send positive vibes their way, continued success, much love as their union continues to grow, as their careers continue to grow, and that their message continue to get out there to the masses and bless us the way it needs to be. We ask that whoever is going through any type of issue, any type of problems right now, Lord, that you intercede on their behalf right now from the sound of my voice to the heavens for you to step in, take care of whatever it is that may be going wrong in their life and turn it around for them and let them know that this is not the end. Give them the reassurance. Give them the satisfaction and the calmness to know that you are there. And all they need to do is connect with you, and you'll be able to get through whatever trials and tribulations that they may have so that we ultimately can just walk into our purpose and see the great days that lie ahead and all the blessings that you have in store for us. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Amen.
Trying to fast forward me to hell. Like, that was shut up. Starting that prayer, and I had smoke inhalation.
Look, he gave his begotten son for us, so he knew that was coming. So
that was incense. That was incense. It was a smell good fragrance to the Lord.
That was sage.
That's all. It was sage. You were just cleaning out the room, getting all the negative energy out.
You've been gone for a week or so. You were just fumigating the room. It's cool. But wait, what is that? Is that a beer bottle back there on the bed? Behind you over there?
No, that's my nasal spray.
Okay. I know I got just making sure. Okay, just making sure everything's in there.
You all the way under the box. See what happens when you miss a week, Dom?
Yeah, Dom in there drinking old English is getting crazy.
You got more liquor on the side of the bed.
Yo, man, shout out to everybody that blessed to hang with us tonight, man. We thank y'all. We appreciate y'all. Again, please make sure y'all head over to the YouTube, follow RTJ the brand. Click the notification bell so you can know when we are live. Know when we have something that's gone up. Whatever. If you missed the live show, go back and watch the tape show. If you can't watch the tape show, head on over to all the podcast streaming platforms. We are everywhere. Google, Apple Podcasts, Google, Spotify, iHeart, Anchor, whatever, we there. Holla at your boy and your girls. That's how we do, man. Any last words before we get out of here?
Yo, make sure y'all go check out God Had Other Plans. 13-5, man. Thank you for being on the show, man. We appreciate you. Anonymous Rose. Listen, we appreciate you for spinning the block again and coming back around, y'all.
Definitely. Once again, happy birthday, Quana. Happy birthday to everybody who has a birthday that's coming up. Be blessed, be safe, enjoy the weekend. Is there anything coming up?
Black History Month all month.
Go out there, do something great, Black people. Share it with us, and we'll share it here on the show. Let us know what you got going on. Be great, man. Keep us looking how we supposed to be looking.
And make sure y'all do right Valentine's Day next week.
Listen.
Make sure next week y'all tap in. Next week is a very special edition of RTJ the podcast.
It's for the lovers in them.
It's Valentine's Day episode, but it's really close because it's 2 days after. But
you better
nonetheless,
fix your face down.
all the great energy and people that are behind us that support what we do, they will be with us live in on screen in studio, however you want to say it. We'll get to meet the Wizard of Oz, aka Quana, and get her on here and share with us. Maybe we can finally get to the bottom of that story that we never got.
Exactly. We need to know.
I do believe
leave the team and B Dollar got left. We need to know why.
We will double check. I do believe we will have the Greens in the building as well. So shout out to them. We'll double check to make sure they're on track because we love having them around their insight. But yes, tap in next week, same time, same channel. You already know what it is. It's never about the destination. It's always about the journey. And try as they may, they will never be RTJ.
It's 3 the hard way. With DJ V Dollar, Miss Di, and Model Citizen J. It's RTJ.